Okay, so thank you so much for being here. It's my great pleasure to have the first event of the National PhD program in Autonomous Systems, DAUSY, that was just established in Politecnico di Bari and with the collaboration of 23 other universities all over Italy and one research center, CNR. So welcome. I am the coordinator of the national program DAUSY, and here you can find the link to the website. So all information is available here, and here you can see my email. Today we will give a first presentation of DAUSY. Please remember that this event is being recorded, so you will find the recording of the event on the website, and you will also find the slides that I'm projecting now. So all information will be available just as we finish the event on the website dausy.poliba.it. And we will briefly present the program with advantages and benefits of joining the program. Then we will present the various research groups all over Italy and abroad that are involved in the program and the companies that are also involved in the PhD. I will briefly describe the admissions procedure, and then there will be the most important part of the event, which will be about questions. And of course, then we will conclude the event. Please remember that you can use the chat available in the question and answer section to answer questions that will be then replied to at the end of the event. If you don't see the chat, however, this depends on how you are connected to Microsoft Teams, then just send an email to paolo.scarabaggio@poliba.it and we will try to answer all questions that we received. So a brief introduction about the program. The program, as the name says, is this PhD program, as the name says, is about one of the enabling technologies of the digital transition, so autonomous systems, which are systems that are capable of automatically achieving a given goal without the intervention of a human operator. So they are at the core of automation, control systems, data science, and artificial intelligence, and they're expected to heavily influence the role of engineering in our society, since they are capable of learning and independently performing decision-making tasks, and they are becoming the leading drive of technologies, of many technologies, such as Industry 4.0, autonomous vehicles, drones, smart grids, precision agriculture, and many more. So it is an enabling technology that is quite horizontal to many engineering fields, and that's why we think this is so significant. And the market is also quite wide. So the doctoral program DAUSY, of which you can see here the link to the website, is newly funded thanks to the new decree from the Italian Ministry of Research. That just came out a few months ago, and it aims at providing high-profile skills, as well as rigorous research trainings to prepare PhD students and become versatile professionals and also knowledgeable researchers. So with an application to academia, but also and not only to companies in a nationwide network with international visibility. So the major focus is automation engineering, but it is also connected to theoretical and applied mechanics, optimization, communication systems, information theory, machine learning, computing, mathematics, and signal processing. So the idea is to establish a doctoral school with critical mass and quality, high quality, to systematize the expertise that is available on autonomous systems and that is currently distributed in the country, and involves students from Italy, but not only, so worldwide, because I remind you that the whole program will be in English. So here you see a brief scheme about DAUSY. You see that the administrative headquarters are Politecnico di Bari. And we have 25 participating institutions, so 24 universities all over Italy. You can see the black dots in the map, plus one national research center, which is CNR. the National Research Center of Italy, and this is participating with its seat located in Torino. We also have 13 partner universities, which are indicated with the blue dots in the map. So universities that are not currently funding scholarship, but they might find scholarship in the future. And in any case, they are collaborating with several professors. In particular, I'm also very happy to say that we have almost 70 professors from all over the world, not only Italy, that are participating to this program. The program, as I said, is fully in English. It will award at the end of the triennium, so the program is 3 years full time. It will award at the end of a triennium a PhD in autonomous system that will be actually a double degree between Politecnico di Bari, which is the administrative headquarters, and the local university that is assigning the scholarship. So if one candidate is enrolled, for example, at Politecnico di Torino with the scholarship of Politecnico di Torino, he or she will receive a degree that is joint between Bari and Torino. I hope this is clear. And I also remind you that we have currently 35 fully paid scholarships available that we start administratively on the 1st of November of this year, later this year. So as you see, we are really excited because we think we're offering a meaningful job in a dynamic and ambitious, completely new PhD program with the possibility, of course, to travel and present your work at international conferences, but as you will see later, also to participate to have your research also outside the local seat, also in other research groups that will be decided together with your tutor. So the enrollment, again, is in one of 25 between universities and research centers in Italy, with the possibility to spend several months at national industrial companies and or international research centers or universities. I remind that this is a full-time employment for 3 years with a gross monthly salary and benefits that include pension contributions, maternity leave, and unemployment benefits, according to the Italian law. In particular, the scholarship for the next triennium are as follows. The net scholarship is about 1,200 euros per month, but it is also interesting to underline that for students that have research periods abroad, the net scholarship is augmented of plus 50%, so it reaches actually 800 euros per month. Also very important, each student will have their own research budget, which amounts to 12,000 euros for a total of 3 years. So actually it's 4,000 each year. That corresponds to being able to paying for books, being in conferences, publishing fees, computers and related equipment. And also this scholarship is basically almost tax-free because you only have to pay about 100 euros per year of taxes. So this is the lowest possible in Italy. So the areas of research, as I mentioned, is in the broad field of autonomous system. And of course, each student, each PhD student will be able to design and develop autonomous systems with many applications ranging from smart manufacturing to autonomous vehicles, smart grids, robotics, and many more engineering fields. They will be able to develop smart control algorithms, so AI-enabled control, data-driven control, vision-based control for smart AS environments. They will be able to develop testing platforms for emerging techniques to advance engineering autonomous system applications. So, for example, one important application is now cyber physical systems, digital twin, and so on. We shall design automated and high-performance industrial systems, studying issues related to distributed control, decentralized control, and supervision of systems that include networks of sensors, actuators, and collaborative robots, and design and operation of autonomous systems to guarantee their reliability and security. So this is also a very important issue about robustness, privacy, cyber attacks, and so on. The course, as any PhD in Italy, will last 3 years, so it corresponds to 180 ECTS points. And after the start of the activities, the PhD has a duration of 3 years, but there are 3 important milestones. So evaluation at the first year, second year, and at the end of the 3rd year for admission to the final exam. And after the final exam, of course, the students will receive the title of PhD. The program is divided into 3 curriculum. So curriculum 1 is about autonomous systems for automation. So Industry 4.0, there are many keywords, of course. Industry 4.0, collaborative robotics, automation in manufacturing, sensor actuator networks, simulation and optimization, supervisory control, sustainability and green automation, and many more. Then we have curriculum C2, that is AS for smart environments, including autonomous vehicles, cyber physical systems, consensus, distributed optimization, formation control, mobile robotics, network control, smart cities and smart grids, but not only. And finally, C3, which is more about AS for monitoring and security. So it regards keywords such as cyber attacks, fault diagnosis, fault prognosis, brain-computer interaction, human-robot interaction, safety of processes, and opacity. All these curricula that are vertically are connected by horizontal methodologies and approaches and models and competencies, which are common to the whole PhD program. So about models, we will use linear systems, nonlinear systems, digital systems, hybrid systems, and so on. Competencies, so control, decision-making, ergonomics, digital transition, and entrepreneurship. And methodologies like modeling and optimization, filtering, analysis, robust control, feedback control, predictive control, identification, machine learning, and many more. I am the coordinator of this program, and you can find here my email. So I'm talking now to the candidate students. If you are interested and you have questions, just drop me an email at this address that you can see here. And again, I remind that you will find this presentation on the website, so it's not a problem if you lose something. You will find everything on the website. And then also, I'm happy to inform you that we already had a first meeting of the board a few days ago, and we identified the reference professor for each curriculum that will be in charge of each curriculum. So in particular, I would like to thank Professor Alberto Cavallo from Università degli Studi della Campania Luigi Vanvitelli. So for all those who are interested in scholarship in curriculum C1, we will describe them later. You can also drop an email to Professor Cavallo, and you find his email here. You also see here in this table all the professors of the board that are associated to curriculum C1. And I will give the word to Professor Cavallo just in a few minutes. I will just finish presenting the other reference professors. So we have for curriculum C2, autonomous systems for smart environments. I would like to thank Professor Laura Gerrè, who is also present from University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. And here also you can see her email, laura.gerrè@unimore.it. She will be in charge of curriculum C2. And here you see also a list of the Italian professors that are connected to this curriculum. As you see, also in this case, they are spread all over Italy. And last but not least, we have for curriculum C3, Professor Federica Pascucci. The curriculum C3 is about autonomous systems for monitoring and security. Professor Federica Pascucci is at University degli Studi Roma 3, and here you can see her email, so please drop her a message if you're interested in a scholarship of curriculum C3, and here also you can see the list of professors that will be supporting her for curriculum C3. Here we have also the list of professors all over the world that will be involved in this program. I'm happy to underline that there are professors really from many universities and research centers all over the world. Just to say a few, we have professors from MIT, we have professors from the University of Technology, from the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden, from the Imperial College, from Berkeley, and from many more universities. So we're really proud and thankful to these colleagues for giving us help. Also, I would like to thank all the companies and public administrations that will be supporting us. Here you see a brief list of these companies. So in particular, as public administrations, we have ARST, which is the Regional Transport of Sardinia, Enea, Smart Cities and Communities Laboratory, and the CNR of Torino, and also about the companies, some of which will be presented later in more detail. We have Blue Hub, Circle, CNH, GlaxoSmithKline, ICAM, Iveco, Muffin, Schnell, Stam, and Thales Alenia. A few words about the teaching, about the didactic activities. As you know, for having a PhD, it is compulsory according to the Italian law and rules that the PhD students also carries out several didactical activities from a minimum of 36 to a maximum of 60 credit points in the European system. And so this must be at most 1/3 of the total activities, which amount to 180 points. And I'm happy to say that we have already established several agreements with various graduate schools, in particular the International Graduate School in Control that is held every year, the CIDRA Doctoral School. We will have also some local courses in the various universities that are involved all over Italy, seminars, workshops, and also we will ask the PhD students, at least at the end of the year, to present some research seminars about their activities so that we can share the activities of the various students. So noteworthy courses will be organized in some case centrally and in presence, and this is particularly true for the graduate schools and from local courses, but also in hybrid mode. This is the case of seminars, workshops, and research seminars, and this will allow students to choose autonomously, it's really the right word, the best learning mode for them, but also this will allow them to belong to a nationwide and international network of contacts in autonomous systems, and also to have colleagues and students all over Italy and abroad with whom they can exchange ideas and also with whom they can study. So having said this, we can move to talking about the available scholarships. I remind you that this is the link where you can find all the detailed information about the scholarships. And so I will leave the floor to Professor Cavallo, who will present the scholarships for curriculum C1. Please.
Okay, thank you, Mariagrazia, and I will just give you the list of the research team in my curriculum. Well, the first one is the advanced learning and control methods with life science applications. The hosting institution is the CNR, and okay, with Fabrizio Dabene and Alessandro Borri. The second one is the counterpoint is Francesco Basile from University of Salerno, and is performance aware and resilient supervisory control of cyber physical and industrial automation systems. You see that in some cases the research period abroad have to be still defined, but we'll see later. The third research team is conducted by myself, and it is about supervision and control techniques for energy management in the more electric aircraft. In this case, I have also foreseen a collaboration with the University of Nottingham, the Institute for Aerospace Technology, who is a leader in this field in Europe and perhaps worldwide. Fourth topic is the sensor network and data analysis to support decision and governance of complex systems. The contact point is Professor Di Polito from University of Palermo in Sicily, and the research period is with the last CNRs. Next topic is advanced control location techniques for large multi-agent system and large sensor actuated networks. The reference point is Professor Galeani from University of Roma Tor Vergata. And the research period is will happen in the Ohio State University. Can you please advance the slide? Okay, thank you. Next research theme. The model-based design for increasing reliability and safety of autonomous systems. In this case, the contact point is Professor Saulo Longhi from University Politecnica of Marche, and the period abroad will be in Eindhoven, University of Technology. Then, University of Siena with Professor Chiara Mocenni will focus on awareness in human-human and human-robot interactions. Next, Professor Dotoli, the organizer of all this course, Polytechnic di Bari, will propose a research theme with title Decision and Control Techniques for Collaborative Robotics in Automated Warehouses. The research period will take place in New Jersey, in the State University of New Jersey. And there is also a research period at the research company, the ICAM SRL. Next, Mariagrazia again, Politecnico of Bari, Decision and Control Techniques for Fleets of Cooperative Robots in Automated Warehouses. The research period is in the Netherlands at the Delft University of Technology, and again the research period, the company is to the ICAM SRL. Next, Professor Saulo Longhi again, University Politecnica delle Marche, will lead the research team on self-diagnosis and total fault prediction solutions based on data and signals in autonomous machines for structural steel processing, with the research period in Ireland at the Maynooth University, and the research company is the Schnell SPA. The next topic is the development of solutions for mobile and collaborative robotics in complex environments. The contact point is Professor Marconi from University of Bologna, and the research period is again in the Netherlands, to the Wageningen Center for Development Innovation, and the company related to this research is the STAM SRL. Finally, the last topic is the artificial intelligence and control tools for cognitive satellite SAR systems, led by Professor Don Stefano, University of Bologna, and the research period is in the ESA, European Space Agency, and the research period is with the Thales Alenia Space Italia SPA. Okay, now I'll give the floor to Laura Gereges, who is the next speaker.
Thank you, Alberto. Before leaving the floor to Laura, I think that there is ICAM who wants to say something, and I ask also to the colleagues of the other scholarships if they want to intervene. So for the moment, I will give the floor to Lorenzo Mastrangelo from ICAM.
Yes, good morning at all, and thank you to Mariagrazia and Alberto. My name is Lorenzo Mastrangelo, the head of research and development of ICAM, a small medium enterprise in intralogistics sector based in Putignano near Bari. We are very grateful to be part of this opportunity, and we believe in industrial research with the purpose of improving our technical proposition compared to the competitors. I'm available to give you more information about our opportunities, application 25 and 26, by email or web meeting. And I'm just writing my mail address into the chat. Nice to meet you and see you soon. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Lorenzo. I don't know if there is some colleague from one of the scholarship that want to say something. Okay, so if there is not anybody, I will leave the floor again to Professor Jarret. Let me just share my screen again. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, I just remind, because I didn't say it, that the numbers that you see at the beginning here, and then again that you will see in the PDF, are the number of the scholarship. So this is very important, because when you're going to apply for the scholarship, you need to know the exact reference number of the scholarship. So we go to curriculum C2. Here we are. Please, Laura.
Okay, thank you. In this curriculum, we have also 11 scholarship from university, and I think 4 or 5 from industry, in collaboration with industry. So the first one is the reference is again Mariagrazia, and the abroad period will be at Delft, and the title is a Smart Control System for Rural Energy Communities. The second one is at the IMT school in Lucca. The reference is Professor Alberto Bempered, and the period abroad will be the Department of Engineering Science at the University of Oxford. And the topic will be machine learning paradigms for fast and faithful approximations of model predictive controllers. Then Professor Gianfranco Parlangeli from the University of Salento. The abroad period will be Purdue University, and the title Model-Based and Data-Driven Learning and Control of Complex Network Systems. Then Professor Vasca from University of Sannio. The period abroad will be at the Linköping University in Sweden, and the title is Emergent Behaviors in Opinion Dynamics. Then Professor Alessandro Casavola from the University of Calabria. The period abroad will be the Imperial College in London, and the title Control Strategy for Energy Harvesting Systems. Then Professor Simona Saccone from University of Genova. The period abroad will be in France, University of Compiègne, and the title Robust Control of Traffic Networks with Heterogeneous Vehicles. Then myself from University of Modena Reggio Emilia. The period abroad will be in Sweden, Chalmers University, and the title Exploiting the Predictive Capabilities in Motion Control for Autonomous Vehicles Operating in Crowded Environments. Please move on. Thank you. Then Professor Schenato of University of Padova is offering a position in advanced modeling and control of complex systems, and the period abroad will be the University of California, Santa Barbara. Then Professor Bagagiolo and Pinamonti of University of Trento. They will offer a period abroad university, the Sorbonne University in France, the Laboratory Jacques-Louis Lyon, and the title is Mathematical Theory for Control and Optimization of Evolutionary Phenomena. Professor Francesco Biral, again from Trento University. The period abroad is in Germany, and the title is Shared Control Framework for Smart Human Vehicle Cooperation in the Context of Autonomous and Assisted Driving. Then we have 4 positions that are in collaboration with the industry. The first one is offered by Professor Simona Saccone together with Circle, and somebody from Circle will talk after me. And the title is Monitoring and Optimally Managing Goods Movements on Multimodal Networks. Then Professor Luca Consolini from University of Parma will offer a position together with Glaxo. The period abroad will be in America, and the title is Predictive Maintenance, Fault and Anomaly Detection for Chemical and Pharmaceutical Processes. Then Professor Calafiore and Dottoressa Giulia Fracastoro from the Polytechnic of Torino, together with the College of Engineering and Computer Science in Hanoi and CNR, and they will offer a position in learning and control of complex networks and financial systems. And finally, my colleague from University of Modena Reggio Emilia, together with the Dr. Vivolo Marianna from the Iveco Defense Vehicles, they will offering a position on motion planning, control and coordination of off-road autonomous mining trucks. And the period abroad will be again in Chalmers in Sweden. Thank you. So now I think that somebody from Circle will give a short presentation.
Okay, thank you. Hello to everyone. My name is Dolores Macchi and I work in Circle Group as a Human Resources Manager. We worked with the University of Genoa and in particular with Professor Simona Saccone to propose this PhD. We are an international company based in Italy, in Genoa, Trieste and Milano, and we also have 2 locations abroad in Portugal, Porto, and in Brussels. We are mainly focused on providing IT solutions and consultancies for the supply chain. So we think that this PhD is a good opportunity for everyone who would like to develop and to study in depth what can be done in the supply chain sectors in order to develop autonomous systems. We are used to provide some PhDs, so we will be very glad to have some of you in our group to work with our teams. Thank you.
Thank you. If somebody else from other companies or want to say something? If not, I will leave the floor to Federica.
Okay, let me just share my screen again.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, so we can.
Okay. There you go. Thanks.
So for the last curriculum, autonomous system for monitoring and security, we have 9 positions, and I think that there is some problem with your screen, or at least in the live, because people in the live cannot see the screen. Now they can. Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we have 9 positions in this curriculum, and out of these 9, 3 are funding by university, and the other one by industries. So the first one is the Decision and Control Technique for Intelligent Diagnostic and Surgery using Digital Twins from Politecnico di Bari, supervised by Professor Mariagrazia Dotoli. And the research period abroad is foreseen in the School of Engineering by Engineering and Research Institute at the University of Edinburgh. The other one is from the University of Roma Tre, is supervised by myself, and it is model-based, and the topic is model-based security and monitoring system for resilient industrial control systems. And the period abroad is at the Center for Informatics and Systems at the University of Coimbra, that it's one of the most prominent Center for the Protection for Industrial Control System. The last scholarship funding by university is from the University of Florence and supervised by Professor Luigi Chisci and Professor Giorgio Battistelli, and the topic is Distributed Multi-Object Estimation for Cooperative Autonomous System. And the period abroad is at the Chalmers University of Technology in Sweden. And then we have the scholarship from the University of Pisa, supervised by Professor Lorenzo Pollini, and the topic is Artificial Intelligence in Autonomous Robotic Service Fleet Management for the Smart Cities of the Future. And the research period abroad and the research period at the research center of company still have to be defined. But they will be defined in a while, and you will, if you check on the website, you will find all the information. Then we have a full diagnosis and security in a smart system provided by University of Cagliari, supervised by Professor Alessandro Giua. The research period is at the Division of System Engineer at the Boston University, and the company related is ARST, Trasporti Regionali della Sardegna. Okay. Another scholarship is about control, coordination, and monitoring of autonomous agents with application to agri-food fields, supervised by Professor Maria Domenica Di Benedetto from University of L'Aquila. The research period abroad is at Université Polytechnique de France, of course in France, and the company is Blue Hub, that I think is here, and soon after I will give you the floor. Predictive maintenance and anomaly detection for agricultural tractors components, supervised by Professor Sauro Longhi, Università Politecnica delle Marche, and the research period is foreseen in University de Lorraine in France. And the research period in the company is at CNH Industrial Italia. And I think also there is somebody from this company here, and I give him floor just after Blue Hub. Then decision and control technique for energy management of mass system, supervised by Professor Mariagrazia Dotoli from the Politecnico of Bari. And the research period is at the Automatic Control Department of the Università of Politecnica of Catalonia. And the company is the INEA, Smart Cities and Community Laboratory. And last but not least, causal representation learning for time series monitoring continuous food manufacturing processes, supervised by Paolo Fiorini from University of Verona. And the research period abroad is foreseen at the Computer Science Department, Technische University of Darmstadt. And the research period, the research center is the MEFIN. So now I'll give you the floor to Federica Trozzi from Blue Hub to introduce the company and, of course, the scholarship.
Yes, thank you. So I have some slides to share. I don't know if Mariagrazia can share the screen, or maybe...
You can share it. You can share it.
Okay, sure. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So nice to meet you all. I'm Federica Trozzi and I'm the project manager of Somilia project here in Blue Hub. And I thank you all for being here. I would like to introduce my company. So Blue Hub is a company that is based in Italy, in particular in Pescara, and is a company that follows the enterprises engine model, whose main purpose is to transform R&D projects into real independent companies. R&D project ideas can come from external companies interested in innovating or from ideas within our team. In most cases, the studies are realized in collaboration with universities, which enrich our know-how and provide us new inputs to make these new companies have a positive impact in our ecosystem. Blue Hub application areas are three and are farming, moving, and energy. The three main Blue Hub projects that belong to these categories are Winica, Somilia, and WPT. Winica belongs to the farming category and consists of an autonomous vehicle for an automated grape harvesting. It's composed in two modules, one for autonomous driving and one for automated grape harvesting. The one with the autonomous driving is guided by a 3D LiDAR and a trajectory planning software. And the other module is composed of two Cartesian robots that identifies the grape, its peduncle, and the cut point, thanks to our classification algorithms and neural networks. And on this project, we will need to some resources, some Ph.D. resources that develops control and coordinations of autonomous agents. The other main project internally in Blue Hub is Somilia and is a system for monitoring the maintenance of wine quality all along the production and the distribution chain. It consists in a sensorized capsule, which is powered by scanning with the NFC of the mobile phones and provides data on the quality of the wine from when the bottle leaves the winery to when it arrives on the consumer's table. And the last, but not least, is WPT, that belongs to the moving category and is a project realized in collaboration with UNIVAC and is a simultaneous and multimodular wireless charging platform capable of charging different types of electric urban vehicles at the same time. We have created a working prototype of the wireless charging base for a single electric scooter. And the next step will be to build the prototype of the entire platform. Winica and Somilia are already become real independent companies, and WPT will soon become one. So we will be very glad to have PhD students because we believe a lot in the power of R&D, and we think that we start a powerful collaboration for everyone. So that's all. If you have any question, you can contact me or the teacher Maria Domenica Di Benedetto. So,
okay. Now I would like to give the floor to Gabriele Morandi from CNH.
Good morning.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. I represent the scholarship number 34. My name is Gabriele Morandi. I am located in Modena, Italy, and I'm the European responsible for driveline control development and software validation for CNH Industrial. CNH Industrial is a global leader in capital goods with more than 37,000 employees in 40 factories and 30 research centers all over the world. Among other things, we design, produce, and sell tractors. We develop all the aspects of our vehicles: mechanics, hydraulics, electronics, software, and this scholarship covers all these areas. The candidates will learn the physical structure of the driveline and the characteristic of its main components, such as the clutches, synchronizers, variators, brakes, shaft, and gears. They will understand the failure mode of these components and develop strategies to estimate their health status through the data analysis using two types of data: time-based data from the sensor.
Un attimo
Yes?
solo. Ok. Ora è live di nuovo. Ok, prego, prego.
Okay. What was the last part? I have to start from the beginning, or?
No, just
okay.
a few seconds.
Okay. Data. There are two types of data: time-based data from the sensor of the single vehicle, and pre-elaborated data coming from the fleet of the vehicles. The candidates will develop a first-level diagnosis to detect anomalous individuals. This is the analysis of the fleet, and then a second-level diagnosis, including onboard test routines to be executed on the anomalous vehicles in order to confirm the issue and better estimate the health status of the main components. I will leave my email in the chat for further questions. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, I don't know if there are any other company from scholarships founded under this curriculum. So if there is, please go ahead. Okay, it seems that there isn't.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, can I speak for the Muffin company? Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, we can.
So I will present really fast the Muffin company, which is actually a leading company for food pellet production. I just want to share with you and invite you to apply for the scholarship, which is the 33 scholarship numbers. We worked previously with another PhD students which develop machine learning technology for forecasting product quality. And what we are going to do now is to try to develop causal discovery techniques to develop forecasting techniques that spreads to plant-wise production. So if you are interested in causal inference and in monitoring, please, I will send the email in the contact, and please try to apply to this scholarship. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Federica and colleagues. I will then go on sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So now the most important issue: how can you submit your admission procedure, and what are the requirements? Here you see the link. This one. Okay, what are the requirements? First of all, I remind you that the program will be in English, so you need to demonstrate a degree of proficiency in English if English is not your native language, so at least to the B2 level. Knowledge of Italian is of course preferred, but it is not required. So if you are not Italian, you are very welcome to participate in this program. What are the specific requirements? First of all, of course, you must have a master's degree Actually, there is no limitation on the master degree that you must have, but of course we prefer degrees in engineering and preferably in systems and control, in electrical engineering, in computer science for engineering, mechanical engineering, or related subjects. And in general, you have to have a strong background in control and automation. You must be a talented and enthusiastic young researcher with a strong background not only in control and automation, but in general in engineering, including embedded systems and systems design. You must have good programming skills, for example, in MATLAB, Simulink, Python, but not only. It's also very important that you are willing to work in a team. So you see that networking is very significant for us in this program. So with excellent communication and cooperation skills, you must be creative and ambitious, hardworking, and have a persistent mindset. You must be able to independently organize your work. Independence is very important. And of course, you must have good scientific writing skills. So in a word, you must be very well motivated. Motivation is a key here. How will admission procedure work? The applications are already open. They open on June 22nd. They will close on September the 5th at 9 a.m. Italian time. So please do not do your application at the last moment, because of course they are done only electronically and the system will be very busy in the last days. So please take your time to do the application. Do not do it on the last day and at the last minute, because in the past, some candidates could not be able, of course, to do it because they did it at the last minute, and this deadline is fixed. It will not be extended. Then there will be a process of evaluation of the qualifications by a commission that will be identified by the board of professors of the program. Interviews will be with the single candidates between September 12th and September the 23rd of this year, and then the official program will start on November the 1st. So I remind you, deadline September the 5th, but please do your application before. What are the required attachments? Number one, please remember to use only the official templates. Do not use templates that are created by yourself, because those documents will be discarded. So please use a please present a detailed CV, of course, with information about you. Of course, you have to present a valid ID of yourself. You have to present a valid qualification certification of bachelor and master's degree. And also we would like you to present an abstract of the thesis of your master's degree and also the whole master's degree thesis. And finally, but this is the most important part, I would say, of the whole application, you have to present a research proposal according to one of the available scholarships that we just presented, and using only the template that is available on the website. So do not use other documents, but use the template for the research proposal that is on the website. Also, optionally, this is not compulsory, but it's of course welcome. You can present any self-certification of any other qualification that you deem interesting or suitable for evaluation for the committee, and also up to 2 letters of presentations from professors or researchers in Italy or abroad with which you have had already contact, for example, during your master degree, any language certification, and any publication you might have. Italian candidates, please be advised that you may be required to provide additional self-declarations. In any case, refer to the official call. Also, please remember that you can do the application, as I mentioned, only through Politecnico di Bari platform. This is the link. So you have to register here, and this of course will take some time, and then provide several information. I am not going now through the whole procedure. It's detailed here in the slides that you will find on the website. Again, please consider that this requires some time. So do not do this at the last moment. And also remember that you have to pay an administration fee of 30 euros that has to be submitted to together with the submission. So please remember this, and also consider that a missing payment will result in an exclusion from the selection phase. So please take your time to do this and do not do it at the last moment. How is the selection done? As I said, there will be interviews, but before the interviews, actually, we will evaluate the candidate's CV and also his or her research proposal. So the commission will give a maximum of 100 points to each candidate, based on a maximum of 20 points based on his or her curriculum, a maximum of 40 points based on an assessment of the PhD proposal, and then 40 points based on the interview, where we will evaluate his or her motivation and also his or her ability to present the research work. And again, I remind you that interviews will be between the 12th and the 23rd, according to a schedule that will be provided later. Now, I see that there are already several questions, so I will try to answer them. Okay, first question, I think we already replied, is since the project is multidisciplinary, which skills should an individual potential applicant have? I think I explained them. So it's important, of course, that you are motivated, that you really want to do research in this field. And I also underline that this is a full-time commitment of 3 years. In fact, you are paid, of course, so we are expecting, and the Italian rules and regulations require that this is a full-time commitment. So please have a look at all the different scholarships that you can find in the website and select the one that you think is more suitable for you. Of course, only you know your own curriculum and only you can do the selection. Let me also suggest, this is very important, that since the research program, the project requires, can be evaluated up to 40 points. It's important, if you wish, that you contact the referent professor of each scholarship. So if you're interested in scholarship number X, contact the professor of scholarship number X, and he or she can help you, giving you indications about the proposal. Of course, we are interested in having the best candidate possible and in having as more candidates as possible. So please contact the referent professor of each scholarship in which you might be interested. This is why we are giving the emails, so you can ask them questions or help or support or suggestions. So please contact the professors or the professors of the curricula or myself. Okay, another question. Thank you for hosting this event. I am interested in studying motion planning optimization techniques for humanoid robots under zero gravity conditions. I am currently composing the research proposal, and I would like to ask if you support fully remote PhD. This is an important point. No, this is not possible. The PhD is in presence. You have to be fully committed to this project. You are paid for this, so you are expected to be at the university where you win the position. So, for example, if you win the position with Genova and Circle, you are supposed to be physically present in Genova, and then some of the time, but it is described precisely because it changes for every scholarship, you will have to spend some of your time in the company. So in this case, in Circle, and this is mandatory. And then for some scholarships, you have also a mandatory time. This is also described in the various scholarship abroad. In some cases, it's optional. In some cases, it's mandatory. So please read very well the various scholarships in which you might be interested, because Again, this is a full-time commitment. You are paid for 3 years, so of course we expect you, and you are obliged to be in Italy at the single university where you will be winning the position. Okay, so I hope this is clear.
May I add something?
Yes, please, Laura.
2 things. First, that yes, you should come to Italy, you should stay at the university you have chosen, but only for the teaching part. Maybe you can follow some courses remotely. So if the courses is offered by, I don't know, University of Padua and you are in Bari, you can probably attend the teaching course remotely. But this is only for the teaching part. The rest and the research, you should be in presence. Second thing that I don't know if Mariagrazia said before, when you apply, you not only choose one position, but you need to choose other 4 positions, because depending on the, it's not clearly not everybody. We will not have 30 candidates for 30 different positions, so we will need to match them among the various positions. So remember that you will choose the first one and plus other 4. So in total, you have to choose 5 different positions, and then the committee and all the professors will give, after the evaluation, will choose which one is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura, for reminding this very important point. So again, you are presenting a research proposal for one of the scholarship, for example, for scholarship number X. But of course, maybe somebody else in the classification, in the ranking, will be higher than you and will take that position. That is why we ask you to indicate exactly 5 different scholarships in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to which you are interested, because if you don't win the position for which you applied, the commission can consider you also for eventually other 4 positions. So in other words, the research proposal you are presenting is not binding, is not necessarily the proposal, the research that you will do in your triennium, but you are evaluated scientifically and technically on what you are presenting. So that's why we want you to present a research proposal. I hope it's clear, but it's written in much detail in the call for application and in the website. But again, if you have questions, just send us emails and we will reply to you. So fully remote PhD, not possible, but of course you can attend courses remotely, and some part of the PhD can be remote, but in general you are expected to come to Italy. I'm talking now to foreign students, and to be here for the 3 years, for the majority of the 3 years. Okay, there is another question by Andrea Troise. Out of the total 180 credits, the 120 not concerning deducted activities will be obtained through which activities? This is also explained in the website. Of course, the main idea of the PhD is to do research. It's not to attend courses. You may need to attend some courses to strengthen your knowledge in some fields of control, but of course you are expected to do research. So you are expected to attend conferences, you are expected to write publications, because that's in the end the product that you have out of at the end of the PhD. In fact, we expect normally to have at least 3 publications, but I will be more precise on this for the winners, of course, of the position. So we expect after the triennium to have an average of at least a minimum of at least 3 publications for each candidate. So you're expected in the other 120 credits to study, of course, to do research, to present publications at conferences, at national or international conferences, and of course the best would be to have journal publications, of course tutored by your scientific tutor. And during this you can also supervise, of course, master students. This is also another typical activity. You can also cooperate with other students in your study. So again, I remind you, the keywords of this is research. So you're expected not only to study courses, but of course to do research. And how can we evidence research? Typically by publications. Of course, it's possible also to obtain patents, but I would say that the majority of students, because they're students again, they produce publications. So this is the objective. There is a question by Veria. Could you please leave the email addresses of the two last presenters? I guess we're talking about the presenters of the CNH.
I just did it in the...
Okay, perfect. So you can find it in the chat, okay? Okay. Another question. If I'm going to have a degree at the end of September, can I apply to the PhD? Yes, you can. Sento un eco, forse Paolo sei tu. Okay, somebody has his mic open. Please close it because otherwise there's an echo. Yes, you can apply to the PhD application, to the call for application that is currently open, if you obtain your master degree by the 31st of October. This is very important. So even if you don't have currently a master degree, but you're working for it, towards it, and you obtain it by the 31st of October, then you can apply and you will be hopefully a winner of a position, as we say, sub condizione. So this means that you will actually start the PhD on the 1st of November only if you obtain the master degree by the end of October. Of course, if you don't obtain the master degrees, your winning position will be cancelled because this is mandatory. We're talking about the third level degree at the academy in Italy, and so the second level degree, so master, is necessary. For all those who will obtain a master degree after, so from November on, please be aware that there will be other openings later on, hopefully. So please check the website. This call for application is open for all people who have a master degree or will obtain it by October 31st. Okay, then you have also the information on the chat about the people who presented. So from companies, so Mastrangelo, Morandi, Menegozzo. Paolo, puoi mettere anche, manca quello della collega Trozzi e l'altra collega Macchi. Ok. So you will find also in a few minutes the two contacts. I don't know if there are more questions. From the audience or from the colleagues, or if some of the colleagues want to speak up and make some suggestions or comments, please, you're welcome.
Maybe I will add something that for all the future candidates, I want just to add the fact that this is a very important occasion. It's very important to have collaboration within different universities. So this is typical of this national PhD program. While normally PhD programs are local, you stay in your university where you have studied, you are not exposed to different scientific arguments, scientific topic and collaboration. So I think that this is very important to open your mind and to develop your future research. So I really am very happy that we succeeded in this national program, and I again underline you these national and also international opportunity that you have joined this PhD. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. I received another question that I read. Except research, what is the expected outcome of this project? An industrial device, or, I repeat, we are talking here about a PhD. So we are talking about the third level of academic degree in Italy and abroad. So the main result of this is doing research. Of course, we have several scholarships, actually a high number of scholarships that are conducted together with companies and industries, with important stakeholders of our territory. We currently and continuously cooperate with industries, so we really believe in technology transfer. But please let me remind that this is not a project, this is a PhD. So you are supposed to do research, and then that's the outcome of your work. In some cases, there might be some industrial demos as results also of this PhD, depending on the specific scholarship. But again, I remind, this is not an industrial project. This is a PhD. So it's a doctoral school, and we expect you to do research in one of the 35 scholarship subjects that I described, which is why I am putting so much importance on publications or patents. That's the outcome of a PhD. Of course, if you have industrial devices as outcomes, they are very welcome, but it's not the core focus, because it is a PhD. I hope I was clear. Are there other questions? Comments from the colleagues?
Mariagrazia, just wanted to say that I will put the references of the two companies for the scholarships in Bologna, because I mean they had some problems in participating as presenters, so at least there will be the contacts. And of course, you can send me or them or Lorenzo Marconi all the questions that they will need.
Okay. Thank you, Giuseppe. This was Professor Notar Stefano, who is the responsible of two research scholarships in Bologna. So again, I invite you all to visit the website, where you will find information on all the scholarships and details about all the compulsory periods at companies or at research centers. And you will find also this presentation and this recording. Okay, so if there are no more questions or no more suggestions, I think that we can close the meeting. Again, I thank you all for being here. I think this is a very important opportunity, as Professor Jarre underlined. It is.
Can I add something?
Please, Chiara.
Mariagrazia, I was trying to unmute my microphone, but I was unable for a while. So I was just adding as a very short thing, but because maybe some scholarships will also have a more theoretical and methodological focus. Indeed, I would like to remind that all also the mathematics is and physics degrees, graduations are allowed to apply. So in this case, maybe there could be welcome also research programs that are more like basic and methodological and theoretical, because I think that this kind of research is also very important. And maybe the applications can be apparently more far in the beginning, but maybe there will be more developments in the future that make more clear how the results can be also used in the like industrial or real world applications.
Yes, thank you, Chiara. As I mentioned at the beginning, we don't have any specific compulsory degree that you must have. You can have any degree. What is important, and that the Commission will evaluate, is the matching between your degree and your curriculum to what the scholarship wants to do. Of course, that's the most important thing. So we expect a majority of engineers, but this is not absolutely necessary. You can come from the physics, you can have a degree in computer science, in AI. They are all very welcome. What we will evaluate is how your CV matches the scholarship, of course. So how your CV matches the work that if you are a winner, you will have to do for 3 years. And again, I agree with Professor Mocenni from Siena that really we have all sorts of positions. Some of them are more on the practical side, and in fact, they are conducted at companies. Some others are more on the theoretical side and have a strategic view of research, let's say in the short term. All of them are viewed very significant because again, we are talking about research, and the term research itself tell us that we don't know actually what we are searching for exactly, because otherwise it wouldn't be called research. So yes, the strategic research is also very important. I fully agree. So again, this is a great opportunity for all young students. So we welcome your applications. Please also spread the word to your colleague, to your fellow students. And we are here to answer your questions also by email. So just contact me or the other reference professors of the curriculum. Thank you all for participating today. It was a great pleasure for me, and viva DAUSY. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.